open up. You OPN, hit you on BBM. We should be closer than friends.
In some videos a while back, I mentioned the 64 Chevy 2 wagon gasser and how we were going to use a sedan delivery body to make a 64 gasser out of sedan delivery body. Now, those cars are hard to find. The only ones I've ever seen is I've never seen one in a pack. I've always seen them as a premium car. Mad Magazine series, Star Wars series. I don't know. There are probably a bunch of them out there I don't even know about. They came, you know, this is a sedan delivery, and the bodies are completely different from the gasser body. So there's a lot of changes you have to make the thing work out. And we've started the project, and the first and foremost thing is it's going to have a hood on, which the gasser doesn't. It doesn't have a hood. So for the Hilburn injection to come up through the hood, you got to cut a hole in it, and you got to cut a straight hole, and it's got to be square. Otherwise, it'll look like shit. So that's what we've done. There's a hood ornament that runs down the center of a Chevy 2, and it's on there. I took that off because it just didn't look right sitting in. It looks like, I mean, nobody's going to hack the front hood ornament and put it back on. I mean, maybe somebody will. I wouldn't. I'd shave it down, leave it like it is. Now, one of the things that I came up with, one of the couple things, is number one, the posts sit dead in the front of the car in a sedan delivery. It has to be moved to the cowl, underneath the cowl, right in front of the windshield. That's how you get it to mount. See that little hole right there? That's how you get it to mount through the interior of the gasser. So, cut it off, I drilled it, and I remounted it where it's supposed to go by underneath the cowl. The stock glass in the sedan delivery, but I have found out that the other glass doesn't fit on this interior, this body piece. Doesn't fit. You have to use the gasser glass. The one thing the gasser glass has, see that little cutout there? That's for that front body. So, to put the other glass in, you'd have to cut into it, and it's more work. Which you don't need to be doing because you can use this glass. The only thing is, the back of this glass is cut out, where the glass is in the sedan delivery body. Look at the front of that. You see that? Look at the top of the grill. See that little chrome piece going in there? There was a big gap there. And why there was a gap there is this grill on this interior piece, the engine, all that, the midsection that goes in there is shorter than the metal grill, which is incorporated in the two-wheel drive version of sedan delivery. The front grill is metal, and it's longer, and it fits up into the body. So, not only did I have to cut out the post to put it in, but I needed to cut out the core support, the top of the core support that comes across. It comes across the, as you can see it right there. But there's a radiator, a mocked radiator, and that all has to be shaved down. Okay, once you have it all shaved down, and you have to strip it, you got to strip all the paint off of it. So it's got to go in the strip paint. To make it blend in with the grill, you got to polish it. Ah, yeah. See how it's polished? blend it into the grill. Now, you don't have to do anything to the top. You just JB weld it in there, and then once it fits up into the body, the Hilburn comes out your hood, and you don't have a gap in your body. That looks pretty good. But when you cut that, look at how I cut it. See how it's cut at an angle? You have to catch the pieces that show this to you. This is real important. Real important to the fit. See right there how it loops around the headlights? You got to catch that piece. So you have to go in at an angle and cut that out so it'll hold it up in a position where it's straight across the front of the grill. It's a very important secret to doing these diversions. I don't know how anybody else does them, but that's what I've run into. I really haven't looked at anybody else's car or tried to copy it or anything. I just went, from the hip on this thing and took off with it. And this is what I found. So the other thing is it's kind of a shot to this through the chassis. And the screws that are available aren't long enough to catch it. So what are you going to do there? It's got to be deeper, So what I've done here is, right there through that screw hole, I opened it up and drilled it out so the screw head would fit through. And then on the back side, I JB welded the washer. So now, once this JB weld dries and I put it all together, it'll probably hold everything out. It'll have to be ground down and worked with a little bit. I mocked it up and I didn't have any clearance problems. But now I got a bunch of glue on, JB weld on top of it. It's definitely going to make a difference. It's going to hold something off, so there's going to be a little grinding, a little sand in there to make that work. But it should screw all back good once it's all dried and be really good. I haven't really decided what color we're using yet, but that's the next step, is painting the body. And I haven't really decided on what kind of decals or anything that's going on, so I haven't got that far with it. But because there's so much that you have to put into in engineering the thing to go together and fit right and be like a Hot Wheel and be able to go down the track. I know a lot of people build them, throw them up on a shelf and look at them, but I like mine to be able to ride down the track and go through a finish line and not fall apart, or not go wiggling down the track all the way, roll like a regular Hot Wheel, you pop out of that. So we've tried to, and we've kept it at that because we haven't removed any of the axles or anything. Haven't used any tubes, done any silliness like that we usually do. So hopefully this thing will go together, and you'll see some videos of it here in the future. Okay. Yeah, that last video's a little aged. You can hear the heater going in the background, being cold as hell, and I think it was the last time I shaved. All this mess we got going now, you can't even get a haircut, so everything's kind of got out of control. But since then, it's been laying on the bench, and the only thing that was left was the paint, and I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I thought for a while, and being an old hot rodder at heart, bare bones, the way it started in the 40s when everybody came back from the war, and in the 50s, and during that time, SoCal Speed Shop was one of them up and coming things out on the West Coast. It was they were building the cool hot rods, and anybody that's interested in hot rods has got a SoCal shop. I definitely had one of my things I like to wear all the time, and besides Synsyty stuff. So when I was deciding on a paint job, I thought, I'd like to do something, around a a SoCal style paint job. And then got thinking of it a little more, and what really set me on it was I was looking through decals, trying to decide, what I wanted, and I ran across somebody who did SoCal decals, and I bought a set of them. Excellent tampos, excellent, really good. I'm gonna put their name at the end of the video, so you'll be able, if you want to do this project, you can get those tampos from him. Well worth the money. The one thing I need to warn you is it's on a clear background, and being that way, if there's any white in it that you need to show up, you have to have a white background. That kind of led into the way it was laid out, because I could have laid in white into where the windows are taken out and it's solid, but I didn't want to do that. And because I looked at the decals, and it had the old decals from the beginning of the speed shop to the up-to-date oval, I wanted to incorporate both of them and make it kind of a tribute car. And that's what we did. We put we left it red at the back, still got the half moon, red white paint job that SoCal cars are famous for, and went up on the top of the car and with a single scallop to the rear, and it really turned out good, as you'll see in the pictures. But used the older Speed Shop emblem on the back, or logo on the back, and then the new up in the front. And I think it turned out for me. Maybe it'll turn out for you. Maybe you think it sucks. I don't know. Let us know. But it turned out really good. And in the pictures that you're about to see, I'm really happy with it. I know a lot of people are going to say, "Why didn't you put Rail Riders on it?" But again, back to, I wanted it to be like a Hot Wheel. I wanted it to be like the station wagon that came out of the package. I wanted it to roll down the track, and it does that. It does that. It doesn't wiggle, all the things I talked about. So, so here you are, your Chevy 2 sedan delivery, SoCal tribute. Have a nice day.